it, you sucker!
Well, let's talk about SummerSlam. Let's talk about the biggest party of the summer. There were a lot of matches that went down. A lot of them stuck out to me. First of all, I think that we got to give props where props are due. We talked about Pat McAfee's debut. Dominik Mysterio made his debut on one of the bigger stages WWE offers, that being SummerSlam against Seth Rollins and Booker. He looked fantastic out there against Seth. You had Ray, you had Mom out there. Dominik's mother was out on the stage. Thank you. I couldn't remember her name. And Mysterio was out there. And there's a lot of dynamics at play. I love Seth came out wearing the Did you ever see the movie The Phantom with Billy Zane back in the day?
No.
Well,
I think I may have seen a little bit of it. Yeah.
That's where Ray modeled his attire after in the match with Eddie Guerrero at Halloween Havoc for the Cruiserweight title back in the day. And so Seth Rollins came out in the same kind of attire that Ray had, playing the mind games. It was just so good. There were so many great elements. And Dominik did this spot off the top rope where they had a table set up behind him. Kendo stick, did a Russian leg sweep off the top rope through the table with Seth. Seth gets the 1, 2, 3 at the end, but Dominik was the real winner as far as I'm concerned, because he just looked fantastic in his debut. So much pressure, and he pulled through.
No, it seems like I say there again, guys. I had to get out of there, and I was really tired. I'm reviewing it actually today on the network. But I tell you, nothing but high praise for Dominik Mysterio. I think if I was reading correctly, I think we call it Prince Mysterio or something like that. But to see this kid that I've watched, for so many years, and ever since it was a little bitty baby, I'm serious. Ever since he was a little bitty baby, to actually now see him, inside the square circle in a match that big, of that magnitude, with someone like Seth Rollins. It was huge. It was definitely huge for him. I see my son always running around here, wanting to, be a professional wrestler and a commentator at the same time. I can only imagine seeing Kendrick, step inside the square circle and, do battle. It would definitely blow me away. So I'm sure Ray is like, wow, this moment is here. Time flies, man. Time flies. And then you see, like I say, the next generation come along. And one thing about the next generation, man, they want their shot. They want their time to shine, in the sun, and to see Dominik, that kid. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. So I'm happy to see Dominik, getting, what is rightfully deserving that he should have. And that's a shot, more importantly. And then to get a shot and then go out there and boom, knock it out of the park your first time out. Just lets you know, man, that you are natural, and this is what you was meant to do. So definitely, I'm proud of that kid, man. I'm proud of that kid. There again, I've been around him his whole life, and now to see him walk inside the square circle and almost the beat down, like I said, bruised, battered, and torn with the kendo stick. That was his initiation. That was his, you're in. You know what I mean? You're a made man. You're a part of the game. It was that's what that was like. Seemed like to me. And then there again, for him to go out there and step up and shine and do a hell of a job. Yeah. Big props to Dominik.
Yeah, I mean, so much pressure on his shoulders, but he went out there and he rocked it. And I just wonder how much of it really is inherited. I mean, because just being around it for your whole life, we talked about this with some of the other generational superstars, whether that be Charlotte Flair, whether that be Randy Orton, The Rock, any of the names that come to mind when you think about a second generation performer. You wonder how much of it is just in their blood. And I know that sounds so cliche, but Dominik's timing was good. His footwork was good. Everything was right. And I know, again, like we talked about with Pat McAfee, he was in there with a hell of a dance partner. Seth Rollins is you said what should he be on the cover of romance novels?
In the cover of romance novels, man. The way his brother's been telling stories. I'm serious.
So he's in there with a good guy. So to lead him along and show him, how it's done. So I knew he was going to be in good hands, and they put in a serviceable effort. But this was above and beyond expectations, which I think that is always good if you nail that on your first night.